Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Audio Drive X podcast. I'm here today with Andrew Dole. Welcome to the podcast, Andrew. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Jordan. Um, I'm Andrew. I currently was working on a project, or am still working on a project called Honey Blind. It's a 12-song album that I wrote, recorded myself, and mixed in my studio here. You can kind of see. So I'll be releasing the first single off this album this Friday, May 15th.
Nice,
And
nice.
yeah, so I got a band together now. I'll be lead vocals and playing guitar in the band, and yeah, have some
Like a
shows, upcoming
yeah,
shows.
cool, awesome. All right, well, Andrew, thanks for the little introduction. I'll ask you a few questions, same questions I ask all my bands, just to get information. See what
Okay.
kind of musician they are, get the kind of a feel for who you are. Um,
Yeah.
so, who are some of your big influences in the music industry?
Oh, that's a big question. So there's a lot over the years. I'd say probably like number one. I kind of have them categorized like by instruments that they play. So like as far as guitars go, I'm huge Josh Homme fan. Billy Gibbons, Ian DeSaw from Billy Talent.
Nice.
Drums. Number one would be Dave Grohl, John Bonham, and John Theodore from like the Mars Volta, and he plays in Queens of the Stone Age now.
Okay.
Bass, I would have to say Robert DeLeo from STP, um, Chris Novoselic from Nirvana, and John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin too.
Nice.
So there's obviously a lot more, but I could go on forever talking about
For
it.
sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Cool. Good answers. I like those. Some interesting ones that I haven't heard people mention, so it's pretty cool.
Cool.
What would be your dream venue to play?
Uh, so I'd love to play a big stage one day, and one of my favorite venues I would say would be like the Budweiser stage in Toronto. Um,
Nice.
but as far as like nostalgic venues, I would say the Horseshoe in Toronto as well. It's just a lot of history of bands that I love that's been through there, and I'd love to get a chance to play that stage.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's yeah. Mind you, I don't think I've interviewed anybody from Toronto, but that's the first time I heard the Horseshoe. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah.
A
That's
lot of
pretty cool.
people I know have played the Horseshoe. It's a pretty popular venue.
Yeah.
But I haven't got the privilege to be on that stage yet.
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen. The Budweiser stage would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I've been there a couple times. It's a pretty cool venue. I like that one.
Yeah, it's nice because you're like outside, but it's kind of inside at the same time. And
Yeah, it's more
there's
like
always
a
super,
like an outside auditorium sort of thing, right? If I remember
yeah,
correctly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I think that's where I saw Iron Maiden and Dream Theater years ago together on a bill,
Okay,
which is pretty
that
cool.
would have
Yeah.
been a cool show. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Good answers. What would you consider to be one of the most underrated albums? An album that everybody should, kind of listen to.
Hmm. So again, I have a lot of underrated albums. I listen to a lot of like kind of up and coming bands. Uh, but if I had to say like an album that's been around for a long time, that's pretty underrated. I don't think a lot of people have heard about. I would say "Welcome to Sky Valley" by Caius. Uh,
Nice.
it's a phenomenal album front to back, and I've drawn a lot of
Yeah.
influence from that album. A couple of quick little plugs for some up and coming bands. I actually on the weekend I just went and saw a band called Rickshaw Billy's Burger Patrol. They have an
Oh,
album. It's their second newest album, I believe, called Doom Wop. Uh,
nice.
Everybody should check that album out. It's so cool. Like they're such an interesting band. They were amazing live. You gotta see that band. And another band, another album I would say is Say I Won't by a band called Bass Drum of Death. Another band that
Okay.
I've seen a bunch of times, and underrated album. Like I'm thinking, I don't know, I don't know the numbers on it, but like it's not top 40, I don't believe, and it should be. It's
Yeah.
a really really well done album.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. But that was
Yeah,
interesting that you mentioned Caius because they're one of my secret kind of listens that I like listen to. I really enjoy them.
yeah. A lot of people
Yeah,
have never heard of them, but it's when you hear them,
I
it's
know.
like it's how they almost
I
have a classic sound.
Yeah, I think I bought that CD back in the day just on a whim because it was, I don't know, might have been the album art or something I was attracted to. So I was, or the name or something, and I just bought it and I was like, let's just give these guys a listen. They're good. They're solid, and you're right. They're a band that needs more recognition, I think.
Yeah,
I
it's too bad that they're not a band anymore, but a lot of goods come out of that breakup. So
Oh yeah, for sure. For
yeah,
sure.
a
Yeah.
lot of good music.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Andrew. What is your guilty pleasure song? You're gonna out yourself here, man.
Oh, I know. So I always get flack for this one, and this one will probably shock you. So actually, me and my girlfriend were actually listening to this in the hot tub the other day, but I don't know what it is, but Ace of Base, like whatever it is
Yeah.
about that, like not a specific song, but that one album that they had that was really popular.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It's good feel good music.
Yeah. Yeah. And the funny thing is you mentioned that I was driving on the way home tonight and I had it on a 90s playlist and the sign came on and
Okay.
that's what it was. That opening whatever, that opening drum beat or bass, I'm like, it's
Yeah,
catchy.
and
It's catchy.
and it's
That's
almost
definitely
like there's like some weird flute or something happening in the background,
yeah,
or I don't know. Like
yeah,
whatever ingredients they put into that mix, they did a good job.
for sure,
It,
for
it was
sure.
it was it's
Um,
tasty. It's not exactly music that I play or anything like that, but it's I don't know. I like to listen to it
yeah, yeah, I can
the
see
odd
it.
time.
Um,
Yeah.
that's okay. You're not as bad as what Devin said. So
Oh,
his his
oh.
his was Umbop by Hanson. So I tell you that you're good. I think he's got the most embarrassing one yet.
Well, I'm glad because
So
I was a little bit scared to share that one, but hey,
oh
it's
no,
out there
don't worry
now.
about that. That's not the worst.
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. What would you consider the most influential event in music history? Give it be like,
Well,
anything to do with rock music or whatever. It could be anything.
so for me, it started really young. Like I've always kind of been drawn to music. Um, my grandparents um, were very musical, um,
Yeah.
and I actually the first kind of thing that really drew me into like wanting to be a musician was I was at a summer camp when I was a kid, and one of the counselors had an acoustic guitar, and I remember he was playing "Cats in the Cradles" or whatever that song by Cat Stevens.
Yeah.
And I remember that right there. I was just like, man, this is like the coolest thing ever, you know. So, and
Yeah.
I asked for a guitar for Christmas or whatever. So that was like kind of the start. But I would say like as far as like most influential, like the thing that like really pushed me into wanting to do this like very seriously was probably like Edge Fest 2001, I believe it was, and it was Blink 182, Sum 41, Newfound Glory, Swollen Members. It was like
Ah.
a staff lineup, at the Civic
Yeah.
Center, and that was like the first real like rock show that I ever went
Yeah.
to, and
Yeah.
I was hooked. I was like, I gotta do this. And
Yeah.
then the second one that really kicked it off was 2004 Vans Warp Tour at Molson Park with Billy
Nice.
Talent. I showed up and Billy Talent was on stage, and it was just like, it was electrifying. There was like dust, and there was people with like, they were making mud in their mouth from the dust, and it was just like the smell of weed, and like it was just
Yeah. Yeah.
everything that
The
like
atmosphere.
rock and roll
Yeah.
it was about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah. You're
I
right.
just fell in love right there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny because I think I went to Edgefest in 2000, I think, and uh, Sum 41 was like the opening act, but they weren't like
Okay.
super known yet. Like, so it was kind of cool to kind of see them in their infantry to
Yeah.
where uh, I kind of enjoy that, even though I'm not a huge fan of them, but it's just kind of cool to see, like, okay, I saw those guys when they were first, getting together.
For
It's kind of a
sure,
cool.
yeah, and that's kind of what was kind of stuck me to like really go like I love the fact that Spotify kind of shows you new music, because I've discovered so many of these like
For
up and
sure.
coming bands, and I get to see them at small venues, and I get to meet the band, and you know what I mean. It's just a little bit more of an intimate experience, and there's so much good
For
music
sure.
out there. You know what I mean? So
Oh, there's tons.
yeah,
I'm finding that out every day. Like
yeah, it's
on
like these people
on
that these
Instagram.
people that say rock and roll is dead. I'm like, you guys aren't looking. You're not looking
They're
far
not
enough.
looking. Right. And I
Yeah.
strongly believe, like, as I'm doing this podcast, I'm finding so much independent like music, and they're putting them on Instagram and Spotify, and it's good to see. So that's actually one of my purposes to do this, is to get all you guys some recognition, just to keep it alive. You know?
Well, I appreciate it, man. You're
Yeah,
doing an awesome job.
I'm trying. I'm trying. And I'm meeting a lot of cool people along the way. It's a good journey.
Yeah. Well, you look like you're having fun doing it, so that's the
Oh
main
yeah,
thing.
tons. All right, I got one last question for you,
Okay.
and it's, what are your top 3 favorite albums?
Okay. I would have to say number one. Well, number one and number two are pretty well neck and neck, but I would say Eliminator by ZZ Top. It just kind of has, it's kind of sentimental to me, because my dad, we were on a trip, like a family vacation, and I was just a little kid, and we stopped at a truck stop, and they had one of those those little spinny things that had all the cassette tapes on it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So he's like, I'm going to show you guys what real music sounds like. So he grabbed this cassette tape, and it was the Eliminator album by ZZ Top, and I remember listening to it, and I was just like, this is awesome. Like, they're singing about TV dinners and shit,
yeah,
but like, it's like Southern blues, like, and to this
yeah,
day, like I said, he's one of my, like, Billy Gibbons is one of my biggest influences as far as guitar goes.
for sure. Yeah,
Then I'd have to say Led Zeppelin 4. I just that album, I kind of became obsessed with it whenever I was learning to play guitar at a young age, and I just
gotcha.
like, I listened to it front to back over and over again. And then number three, I'd have to say Queens of the Stone Age, the debut album, the very first one.
That you that's cool that you mentioned that, because my buddy just got me on that album.
Oh, you
Recently.
just discovered it.
Well, I listened to them before, but like I haven't really listened to their one of their albums in its entirety. So like
Okay.
I put that on. I was like, man, yeah, it's a really good. It's in my playlist now. Like I put it on every once in a while just to sit back and listen to it, and they're a really good band.
Oh,
Like,
I'd have to say, like, if that was a question, what's my favorite band? It would be them, just because I feel like, I don't know. To me, they're like my era's Led Zeppelin. They
for
just
sure.
have they're I don't know, every album is different, but it's so good, and they're so deep.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're so deep in a way that like they experiment and it just all works. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
they've changed their lineup around so many times, but it still works.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Still works. Well,
So
awesome, Andrew. Thanks for doing this interview. You know,
thanks for
appreciate
having me.
it. Um, you want to tell the audience kind of what you have coming down the line and where they can find all your music?
Yeah. So if you go on, I think I got Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Just look up Honey Blind, all one word. Give me a follow. Give me a listen. Uh, well, I'll be posting as things are released and as show dates come available. I'll be keeping everybody up to date on all the platforms consistently. The first single "Wings of the Bird" will be released this Friday
Oh, nice.
on all the streaming platforms, and then there'll be a couple more singles to follow, and I'm hoping the full album will be released probably end of summer,
Awesome.
uh, with hopefully an album release show yet to be determined. So stay
Uh,
tuned. We'll be out
nice.
there.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Like I said, thanks again. And to my audience, follow Honey Blind on Instagram. Stay in touch with what Andrew's got going on. It's good music. I've heard Andrew play a few times. Uh, won't be disappointed. Uh, anyways, to my audience, thanks for listening, and have a great day. Bye.